In the early 2010s, 5 Seconds of Summer were everywhere. The Australian pop rock band went from uploading YouTube covers to touring with One Direction, topping charts and becoming one of the biggest boy bands in the world. But with rapid fame came pressure, drama and questions about their identity as a band. So where are 5SOS now? And do they still have that same magic? I remember it's like they just seemingly came out of nowhere, was huge, was massive, took over the world globally, and then they like disappeared. Where did they go? 5 Seconds of Summer, also known as 5SOS, which is a name I hate, by the way. It's got no ring to it. Not 5 Seconds of Summer, that's alright. 5SOS, I feel like it's not a shortened version. It's just annoying to say. Anyway, I digress. They formed in Sydney in 2011. Their big break came when One Direction discovered them and invited them to join their world tour. Suddenly, 5SOS were catapulted from schoolboys in Australia to playing arenas worldwide. That's seemingly a part of the story that everyone forgets. One Direction was the band that actually discovered 5 Seconds of Summer, and you can see the similarities between them, except 5 Seconds of Summer was supposedly a bit more rockish, though they were never a hit with like that community. The rock community, the pop, the punk community, they never really taken to liking 5 Seconds of Summer. It was more the pop world that did. Their debut single, She Looks So Perfect, topped the charts in multiple countries, and their first album hit #1 in the US and the UK. Fans loved the mix of the boy band looks with the kind of pop punk energy. Once again, not the pop punk world, not the punk world, but the pop world loved them. By 2015, they were headlining their own tours, dominating fan culture online and being hailed as the next Blink-182 meets One Direction. At this point, they went on kind of their own. Everyone had forgotten about the One Direction part of the story, and they had just became 5 Seconds of Summer in their own right. But fame at that level is not easy, especially for teenagers. The band faced constant media scrutiny, from rumours about wild partying to leaked private photos. Critics accused them of being a manufactured boy band pretending to be a rock band. Tensions rapidly grew inside of the group. Members struggled with the intense spotlight. Michael even spoke publicly about his mental health struggles, winning fans' respect for his honesty, but also highlighting the darker side of fame. But despite the drama, 5 Seconds of Summer survived where many teen bands didn't. They reinvented themselves musically, moving from this bubblegum pop punk into more mature rock. Albums like Youngblood and Calm proved they weren't just a One Direction spin-off, but they were artists in their own rights. They also started growing a fan base within the rock world now. As they got bigger and bigger, and as they started losing, it was almost like they were making songs to be successful. And when that success started to drip and started to fall off, and the struggles that they was having with it started to take over, they became more of a band, a rock band. I've said throughout this entire video that they were never big with the rock or the punk community, and it was always just the pop community. But from this moment onwards, they really started growing a smaller but dedicated fan base within the rock community. Today, 5 Seconds of Summer still continue to release music, tour globally, and experiment with their sound. The future looks promising, surprisingly. With their fan base still engaged and their reputation stronger than ever, 5 Seconds of Summer could continue evolving just like bands before them. Think Paramore, think Fall Out Boy, that's the kind of category that they're getting into here. There's talk for more solo projects, collaborations, and even world tours. They're nowhere near as popular as they once were, and I don't think they ever will be, but they're kind of going steady with a smaller and more dedicated fan base. Here's what they look like now, and yeah, they're still out there, they're still doing it, just mentally in a better position and musically doing what they want to do more. I guess. And that is Where Are They Now of 5 Seconds of Summer. If you want to see a specific Where Are They Now, let me know in the comments and I'll be more than happy to indulge you.